Hey there, artists. So today we're going to be working on our colored pencil skills. So I know a lot of you have practiced colored pencil skills, but I think we can all use some practice. So in your first shape, what you're going to do is you're going to prepare one colored pencil. So make sure that you've sharpened it. It is ready to go. So preparing your materials takes some time. That's going to be part of this skill building. So my material is ready. I have it sharpened. So there are actually a lot of ways that you can, color in shapes correctly. But what I want to impress upon you is that you should not change directions, all right? So except for going around the edges of your shapes, my pencil is not straight up and down like when I'm writing. I've really lowered it. Some of you can even have it underhanded. I like it just really low to the paper, and I'm using mostly the flat edge, and I'm pressing pretty light. I do not want it to be varying shades of my orange that I'm using, trying to keep it even. And going back and forth, trying also to make sure it's not scratchy. And again, the way to prevent scratches is two reasons. One, I'm going in the same direction, that helps. But two, my pencil is pressing light and it is tilted down. That is the trick, all right? If you mess up or you're not happy with your shape, good thing you've got some extra shapes right next to that one, huh? So take your time. Do not rush. Just because you rush doesn't mean that we're going to jump to your choice-based activities. You need to practice this skill, all right? So I like the way I've went back and forth. So I can show you, I see again, a lot of people do scratch marks because it's up too tight or they change direction. That is not what you want to do. Did you know that paper is woven? So I'm going to let you have time to do that one, but I've already moved on to this one, which I wish I didn't do. I just started doing it. Whoops-a-daisy. Paper is woven. So when I press lightly with my coloring supply, it's just staying on the top of the weave, all right? So it's like this, and my light colored pencil is just grazing the top of my fingers. The harder you press, the more the color goes down into the woven part of the paper. You can even turn the paper if that helps you. Again, the only time I'm really changing directions is to go around the edges of the shape. All right, so this is really what I want you to make sure that you master today. If you master this, there's a next step that you can do to level up. To level up, you can add a highlighted edge, all right? So by taking my exact same color, and this time I'm pressing a little more on the tip, I am pressing firmer and going back and forth, a lot of back and forth, and I'm just going around my shape to give a little bit of a glow. All right, this is a way to make your picture look better. All right, so now I've got a highlighted edge. All right, so practice that. If you master that, we're leveling up, all right? This one is my absolute favorite. It's called a gradient. And instead of adding the light color of orange, in my case first, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the gradient. At first, you start just like you did with the highlighted edge by going around. Don't worry, I will fill it all in with my orange color, but this is the most important step. All right, going around. Thank you again for your patience as always. Remember that you get out of this class what you want to get out, meaning if you tried different techniques and you practice getting better, you will get better. If you just sort of lazily go about it, then you probably won't grow so much. All right, so that is the same technique that I've done for this. This is the gradient. This is the magic. This is how you give form, turn your shapes. You turn your shapes into form. Going in a medium pressure right along, just a part at first of my outlined edge. I'm pressing lighter, and I'm going to try to pull my color out till it fades all the way to the white. Gosh, I feel like I need to get in even closer with my eyes so I can see better. But do you see how it's going from dark and then it fades to medium to so light you can't tell where the colored pencil begins and ends, all right? This does take some practice, but it is a wonderful magic trick to have your artwork look better. Once you master this trick, I want you to do it forever and ever, for the rest of your life, adding gradient to colored pencils. Again, the way I'm doing it is I'm going back and forth, but I'm starting to press lighter and lighter until I press nothing at all. And you can see I'm going mostly back and forth, but every once in a while, I'm using my pencil in like a circular motion. I forget what that's called. I think it's called like scrubbling or something, scrumbling. It's an art technique, and you use it, but you got to practice that too. Otherwise, it just looks like scratchy squiggles. All right. So it should kind of look like my oval is glowing. Okay. And then I can go back and I could add in my full-on color. You can even just leave it like that too. For the sake of time, I'm going to jump to the next level up. All right. The next level up, again, you start with all of these steps. You're just building on. So for the sake of time, again, I'm not going to color on the inside. I'll start with my highlighted edge, making it nice and bold. Thank you guys for your patience. Then I'm going to do the gradient. I'm not going to spend as much time, don't worry. But this is a way to add form. Remember, form is a 3D shape, all right? Shapes are flat, forms are 3D. If you want your artwork to look 3D, which you do, this is how to do it. All right, so again, mine doesn't look as effective as this one because I'm not going to take my time. I could see some of the edges where my colored pencil ends, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna leave it. No, actually, aren't you lucky? You're probably so excited to switch colors. We are going to level up and change to a different color. It doesn't matter which color, all right? But I want to show some blending. People don't understand that using colored pencils can be really magical. You can really blend them. Maybe, let's see here. I'm going to change and go a color that doesn't look as good, like blue, but I'm going to do that so that you can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to go around the edges. Really dark. Ooh, it's turning brown because orange and blue make brown. Doing the same type of highlighted edge. You can do it around the full shape, or you could just do it around a part. And then I'm going to do that gradient technique right on top of the gradient that I've already added. By going back and forth, looking closely, trying not to make it look scratchy. And you could fade it out again. Gosh, I feel like I'm hurrying for the sake of the video, but I'm not doing my best work. You could see on this one I was more successful. Kind of pulling it down the edges a little bit just so it doesn't end. It's kind of like a crescent moon almost. And I could see where that blue ends, so I could fade it out to nothing. This one maybe I will add the orange background so you can see the full effect. And it's a really fun trick to do. I love blending. That's where I have so much fun. It takes a lot of time. All right, guys. I hope you enjoy this process and that you realize that you have the potential to really level your drawings up. So practice, have fun, and happy arting today.